and security. Especially, we all know that uh, iOS or Apple provides a much more security than Android. Right, the internal logics that is written behind those security handling as well as memory management, which is a very important thing also in this field of mobile developments. In layman terms, we all have seen discussing with our friends that uh, my device is lagging a bit. uh, I am facing some memory issues. The mobile phone is getting slowed down. Many mobile applications, we see that this problem, that's it's a huge concern for the developers, because we must know that the memory management is not done properly for those type of applications. I am having a 128 GB mobile phone. Still, I see I have a good amount of space that is present in my device, but still my app is lagging. So this is not a good sign, or this is not a good quality of application that is being developed. Coming to iOS development now, iOS development is revolves around iPhones and iPads. The mobile developments, basically, the code that we write, right now we are using Swift. Uh, Previously, before 2014, Objective C was the language which was being used for iOS mobile development. Okay, but right now we are using Swift, another new technology language that has evolved, that is Swift UI, which is gaining very rapidly, it's gaining a very rapid popularity among the developers. But yeah, there are still some dependencies of this Swift UI. Yeah, it is in a regular process of developers using it. Some bugs are coming, so it is still not that much being used right now by the developers, but it is gaining a rapid popularity among the developers. And we can see, like, Objective C is right now a bit obsolete. Swift is being used widely by all the developers for iOS development. Swift UI is going to overtake Swift also, I think, within few years span. Uh, Right now, for Android, beforehand it was being used as Java, but right now Kotlin has taken that space from Java. Kotlin is also become very much popular among the developers for Android development. Now, the core concept of Android and iOS, this is just a small visual representation of how the applications work. Okay. Now, as you can see, in the right side of my screen, there is an image where we are differentiating Android and iOS. Okay. So this is basically a life cycle. This is basically called an app life cycle, from its launch to it. We kill that from its launch, from killing the application. I think everyone in our daily life experience, we have launched the application and we have used it, and we sometimes go to the background and kill the application. We all have uh, done that. We are doing it every time. I am just going to give you a brief scenario how that works here. Okay, I hope this will increase your interest towards mobile development. Okay, this is in iOS right now. This is view did load. This is a method. This is a method that is being called first. What it does, we firstly create a design. We load the nib file here, so it is being called first, and then it comes to view will appear. it will appear to the user first, and then comes from the app it's running right now, that usual experience, right? That whatever you are doing, that means the app is in running state. Okay. Now, view will disappear. This is another method. Here, the view, when it disappears, now, when it means you are having one, you are currently using the app, right? So, now you just go to the background. Uh, so, the view disappears, right? So, when it disappears, it's but it goes to the background, right? When you again click the application, it comes to the foreground. Again, that means that view did load and view will appear gets called, right? And lastly, there is view will terminate or view did unload. What it happens, we terminate the application. Means from the background also we kill the application, so it got terminated, and the memory that was being used by the mobile phone, it gets deallocated. Because once every applications we allocate some memory, right, to the phone is consuming the memory, so we have to deallocate that space. So when we terminate the application, view will terminate. There is a method. So when we execute that, it goes out from the background. When we do that, so the app gets killed. Similarly, the same behavior happens with Android also, right? But here are some different method names being called. It's called on create, on start, on resume, on pause, on stop, and on destroy. I think that this are some different names, but the whole concept or the actions are same. But two, that two different language, one is Swift, one is Kotlin. So the names are different, but the functionalities are same. Okay. Advantages of iOS development, we give users some premium experience. That's fact. And the apps ecosystem, we have done it in such a robust way. It becomes it's the global platform that we use to publish our applications, right? And Swift and Objective C both are compatible. Swift, it's not like it's obsolete, but it's now become a less popular thing for the developers to develop it. But there are still many applications, many old applications which are still being used in Objective C, but slowly the transition has started already, many years back, from Objective C to Swift, because Swift is more user friendly for the developers to develop, and it's very easier to understand for any people. Means if anyone comes and asks you, you will be able to explain it in a better way. And security and privacy always is a USP for Apple, right? And the best practices for iOS development is the responsive device, the memory management, and the user interactions, as well as testing and debugging. We in development, we are doing rigorous testing and debugging. Right, the development of an application is not only, it doesn't ends after you develop the code. That is basically the knee, means that's the start. After that there will be testing. The testers will come up with some results that this feature is not working, this is having some bug, some logical issues will be there, so you need to debug and you need to fix that issue. And this is not that much easy. Let me tell you everyone that it's a process, right? That first, the business of suppose, let me take an example of Zomato. Yeah. So Zomato is a food delivery application. So the business owners of Zomato will come, right? That this new feature needs to be developed. So business will first interact with their own team, and they will have a market survey, and they will think that okay, this feature needs to be developed. It then comes to the development team as a user story. That user story needs to be developed in a particular timeline. They will tell us that this is the time frame we are expecting that this feature to come live in the market. Then it comes to us as a developers. We start developing that feature along with because mobile development is not only of the mobile developers, it's also with the backend is there. I think my fellow speakers are there. They will explain you in a better way about backend development. That's the client side and server side. Means suppose we are the client and there is a server in the cloud or somewhere hosted. So what happens with the API is that, suppose, let me just give you a small example. We have everyone have logged in into an application where we give our username as a password or mobile number with the username and then with the password, and then we click that login button. Now what happens with that? We click the login button, our API is being called. It goes to the server, and from the server a response comes that, yeah, from the client side we are getting this username, this password. It comes to the server, and the server returns a value. What it returns a value with the status code and some other things. If suppose the status code comes, it matches with the DB and all, and it comes with the status code suppose 200. So like, yes, okay, success. Then we take the next step that okay, server has returned us 200, so it's a success. We will go to the next page. If the server is returning at some different thing, suppose 201, or the server is down like uh, internal server error 500, so we will show that message that oh no, your user, suppose you have entered the wrong password. We will show you that the password you have entered is not correct. So this is how basically this connection between the client side and the server side, this is how it works. So I think that the importance of the mobile developments in today and the future days are huge scope, guys. Yeah, you can dive into this. Just tell me frankly that how many of us right now uh, do Facebook from laptop? I think hardly no one, right? How many of us order items from we order items from Amazon or Flipkart? And how many of us use the laptop or desktop to order that or use Facebook? We are all using mobile phones. More than 7 billion active users are currently there in this world using mobile device. So it is, mobile development is here to stay, not to go. So the importance of this mobile development in today and future, there are many things like usability of a mobile device. Like in today's world, this large population wants, and this this users of devices are daily increasing, right? And the accessibility and convenience, we can take that anywhere. Uh, for information services and products, we are taking it anywhere. And for the economic opportunity, we all know that, suppose from a mobile phone, just from a mobile phone, we are allowing business to reach customers globally. From whichever part of the world or the state you are, you can reach to any customers globally. Just imagine the power of this. mobile and this development, mobile developments which can do, right? uh, Means the growth of this mobile commerce or the m-commerce creating a huge revenue with some new models like revenue streams and business models. We have all know how YouTube and Instagram slowly are coming with some revenue systems, business models, generating money, right? Uh, so this is a huge area of scope that we get. Social connectivity, we are all using Facebook, Instagram, and all, right? And this innovation of emerging technologies like let me take you the field of AR, VR, and AI, IoT. Everything is getting integrated in this mobile, right? Everything. There are some global huge names like IKEA. I don't know. Many of you may have heard of their name. They are providing some solutions to set up furnitures, anything with your mobile phones. You can, with AR or VR, you can see how this furniture, I think Flipkart, Amazon has also come up with this, how this how a table will look into your inside your bedroom or your living area, wherever please, you can have a live demonstration. This is the power, right? This enterprise mobile mobility then come. There are organizations, they are coming, they are adopting these mobile solutions for internal operations to enhance productivity among the employees, to improve efficiencies. Healthcare and education, we have all known during the COVID period when we were all locked up, mobile phones saved us, right? From delivering, from ordering medicines, food, uh, right from the education applications where we were using. E-commerce is a very common thing right now. Banking means, there were times where when our grandfathers used to visit banks, right, to withdraw money and do other stuff. We don't go to bank, we are using our phone, right, to have that, to do KYC or transactions, anything UPI has come, right? And IoT integration, as I told you. So the future technology trends are all getting integrated to this mobile, right? To this mobile phones. AI ML in mobile development for personalizations. We are getting suggestions, user behaviors. It is uh, anyone is pinged something.